Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I thought I'd share with you a little treat that I bought for myself. So actually I bought myself 2 treats this week. Don't often do that, so this week I thought I would. And one is a book and one is some fabric. So I'm going to be sharing some new fabric with you and some sewing plans for that. So I'm going to get straight on and show you. So here is the little bag that my fabric came in. So I thought this was a really nice touch because it says love where you live, shop where you live, Sheffield, and that's where I am. I'm in Sheffield. And someone asked me a little while ago if I have a local fabric shop near me. I do, and I mentioned it in one of the comments, in one of the replies recently, and it's Happy Hare. So that's local to me, Happy Hare, and they also have an online shop. So if you want to have a look at that, I will link that below in the video description. And the reason I popped down, I often walk past when I'm walking my dog, and I thought I would go and treat myself to some fabric this week because I've been doing lots of sewing for work projects, but I did a dress the other day that I particularly loved that I've made as a sample, and I love it so much I thought I've got to make this for myself. So I'll show you what that is and then I'll show you my fabric. So it's this one. So it's a Friday Pattern Company. I've not made anything by these before. I don't think I have anyway. No, I'm pretty certain I haven't. And it's a Davenport dress. And as you can see, it's got lots of details in this dress. And I just really enjoyed sewing all the different parts of it and sewing all the details on it. And sometimes I think I make something and I spend ages on it and I don't like it, and then other times the really simple things are the best, and I've got quite a few things like that. The things that I've just whipped up in no time at all have been things that I've wore lots and lots, but I just loved this dress when it was finished. It wasn't in my size, so I couldn't size check when I made it. So, but I'm usually pretty much okay with going on the sizes from things. So what I'll do is I'll double check the measurements. I'll err on the side of caution when I make it. Then if I need to take it in a little bit, I will do, because that's what I usually find. You're better off making them just a tiny bit too big and then adjusting, because you can't add it on once you've sewn it up if it's too small. I have done things like that before where I've had to add little details in to make things fit. So you're better off going for the slightly bigger size if you're not sure, if you're not making a 12, of course. So you could make yourself a mock-up, but this is such a detailed dress, I don't want to do that. Then you end up with a wasted garment if it's not something that you're going to wear again. But you could do that for the main part of the bodice if you want to. So it's got these ruffle details on the top of the shoulder. It's got elastic and then a frill to the sleeve. It's a drawstring waist. A frill around the bottom, quite a deep frill. It's got pockets, although you can't see that in the image there. I'll show you the back. It's got a yoke at the back, and it's also got a panel here on either side, and then an elasticated neck as well. So there's lots going on, and when it's made up, it does look fabulous. My dog having a little bark in the background there. So that's what I'm going to be making with my fabric treat. So I was really actually spoilt for choice on this occasion when I went down, because she had such a lot of beautiful dress fabrics in on this occasion. I was really spoilt for choice, and I've gone for this one. Now I think I'm drawn to this because it's William Morris, and I just love anything with William Morris on. I think I've shared something in the past before where I've covered a box that I keep some of my threads in with some paper that I bought specifically. It was wrapping paper. Didn't need wrapping paper, I just bought it just because it was William Morris. I've got coasters with it on, bought myself a nice cup with it on. I do love it. I've got another dress that I made with a William Morris, the Strawberry Thief design, a little while ago. I'll show you that in another video. But it just jumped out at me straight away, so I'll hold it up so you can see. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to hold it a little close to the camera because you might not be able to fully appreciate the pattern and the colours in that, and hope the camera doesn't go crazy. So beautiful. I love the colours and the design in this. It's just so pretty. Now this particular fabric is a cotton lawn, so it is very lightweight. I did think after making the last dress in this pattern that I would want something sort of soft and floaty, especially for the flutter effect on the sleeve. Now my husband wasn't wild about that and he said maybe you could make it without. I did think about making it without, but I did like the overall effect, so I'm going to make it with it on. If I'm then not sure when I've done it, I can always take it out after. You probably think that's a bit of a faff, but I'd rather do that and get the full effect, and I'll just not finish inside overlocking that part. And I'll check it on, see what I think, and then if I'm really not sure about the flutter on the sleeve, and if I think it'll put me off wearing it in the future, maybe I'll take it out. But it is a key feature of the pattern, so I think it needs to be on really. So this is nice and lightweight, cotton lawn, and the only thing with that is it means the skirt is going to be very lightweight. So I'm going to try it, but I have got some very lightweight lining fabric, and I might just do from the waist to above where the frill lies, just an extra layer on the inside of the skirt, just to make it feel a bit more substantial in the skirt area. And I'll do that quite sort of flat, not too full, just going up to where the drawstring is. So that's what I'm thinking of doing for that. I may leave it off because it is going to be sort of a lightweight summery dress, but sometimes I wear these things in the autumn winter months and just wear the really thick tights, you know, the ones that are practically leggings. I wear those with lightweight dresses in the winter sometimes and just layer them up with jumpers and things. So I'm loving that. So that's going to be coming up soon and I will share it with you all. So that's the pairing, Davenport dress and the William Morris cotton lawn. So that was my first treat. And then my other treat was a book, and it's not about sewing. And I've already made a start on this. And somebody in another vlog that I watch had shared this quite a while ago, and I remember seeing it and thinking, oh, I love that. And I'll put that on my wish list, and I put it on my wish list quite a while ago. Now usually I buy second-hand books or I get them from the library, and I occasionally buy them like on a birthday or Christmas. I thought I'd have a treat because I loved it, and it's this one. It's Botanical painting, and I've got quite a few ideas for how I'll use this in the future. So first of all, I'm working through it, and this is as a sort of brain rest from all the sewing that I do, because I think it's nice to switch up your projects and hobbies sometimes, and especially if your hobby is also work, sometimes it's good to do something different as well, sometimes just to have a little change in direction. So it's all about watercolours. So it's a beautiful book, and it's got lovely illustrations throughout. It's all, as it says on the front, botanical painting. So a little bit on the basics of watercolour, different flowers all the way through it. So it gives you the strokes at the beginning, and then it goes straight into in-depth pictures of each flower. So I've made a start, so I did the tulip one straight away when it arrived, and then I'm going to work through each one. So I already have the equipment because this is the next one that I'm going to do. And there's a rose, and it gives you suggested colours and a few ideas. And then at the back there's also some foliage, so different ways of painting that, and houseplants I've noticed. So I'll show you those. Oops. Nice little section on houseplants. So I'm going to have fun working through that, but my other idea for this was maybe going into printing on fabrics and recycled fabrics. So I like working with recycled fabrics as well. I've not done as much of this in recent months as I used to. I used to get the odd thing from the pound rail at the charity shop. I've also noticed since more people are shopping at charity shops, you don't see the pound rail very much anymore. And it was great for refashions and trying things out. So buying things that you probably wouldn't wear as they are, but doing them up, and I like to do that. So what I thought was maybe getting plain white fabrics, cheap, from the pound rail, so in larger sizes, or t-shirts or shirts maybe, things like that. And then having a go at either doing some of the designs straight onto the fabric using fabric paint, so not the watercolour, but it's good for practicing the techniques of painting the different flowers. And then doing them as a design or a border or a feature on something that I'm going to be making. And then also, and I'm not going to buy this straight away because I've just had a treat already this week, and I don't tend to like spend lots of money where it's not necessary and be wasteful. But maybe for a birthday or maybe Christmas, I've also been looking at printing, so with lino cut and things like that. So that might be something that I'm interested in doing in the future, with a mind to doing it on fabric. So learning the techniques first of all, practicing my ideas and so on, and then maybe using it on fabric and makes in the future. So that might be something that'll be coming up in a future video. So I might do a flick through on that if anybody's interested, a more detailed flick through one day. If nobody's interested, then I'll just leave it at that. But please let me know in the comments if you'd like to have a more in-depth look through that book, and I will do that in a future video. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I've bought for myself this week. So there's been lots of sewing going on. I'm still busy getting things ready for samples for work. So I am still busy sewing, but I'm not sharing as much as I have done in the past because a lot of it needs to be kept for an upcoming event. So that's what I've been doing sewing wise. Now with regards to the printing on fabrics, if anybody has had experience of printing your own designs, either using Spoonflower or any of the other printing methods out there, please let me know in the comments because I'm really interested in this. And also, once you use that, do you lose your design? Is your design just theirs to use? I'm not sure how it works. I mean, I do know that if you had your design printed just purely for yourself, it would be really expensive. So I think there is, the way that they do it, the big companies, is they sort of keep the designs that are submitted to them and use them for themselves, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that. I've not looked into it enough. So if anybody's used it and knows more about that, can you please let me know in the comments before I go looking into it. So my own idea was to just do it myself, but that would just be, everything would be one-off, bespoke and so on. And then I thought it might be an idea if I came up with some really good designs or ones that I really liked a lot that I wanted to large scale look into having them printed properly at some point. But that's way down the line. I was just interested in case anybody has done this and has more information on this and how they went about it. So it'd be great if you could let me know. Well, that's all for today. I thought I'd just do a quick catch up. I will be back soon, and then when I get a minute I will make up that dress and I will share that with you. So thank you so much for watching today. Like and subscribe if this is your kind of thing, and I will be back soon. Bye for now.